Dodgers use the bats, the gloves, and the arms to get it done again.
It was really a complete win.
And what's up, folks? My name is Doug McKain here for Dodgers Nation. After another big win for the boys in blue, the Dodgers get it done. They get the win 7-3, 17 runners in scoring position. The Dodgers go 5 of 17 with runners in scoring position, get their third win on the road trip out of 4 games. And it was really a nice game for the Dodgers, who had a really nice outing by Clayton Kershaw. So we're going to get into the game in just a second. But first, I want to let you guys, I want you guys to chime in. It was the first post-game show of the year for me, and it's going to be a big year for the Dodgers. And this is all for you guys. This is for you guys to get your thoughts across on the boys in blue, your questions, and it's all about you guys. So we're going to be getting all these questions. I want you guys to tell me where you guys are watching the show from. So be a part of the show tonight, and here we go. So, all right. So where you guys chiming in? So a bias update. So, Jake asked about Javier Baez. So apparently it's a right leg contusion, and we'll see what that means for the Dodgers as far as if they're going to make a move, who's going to shuffle around. So it was really a really alarming hit. It comes off the bat 103 miles per hour, and he really got rocked. So it was a real shot, but right now it looks like it's a right leg contusion. But yeah, great win. Alex Verdugo is a good player. Did you see that throw by Doogie right at the end of the game? That was a great play. And really, I'm starting to think maybe this year we have an MVP in Bellinger, a Cy Young winner in Ryu, and a Rookie of the Year in Alex Verdugo. I think that is something that can definitely happen. But where are you guys coming in from? So we got GMC times 6 from Valencia. How's it going from Valencia? Of course, Magic Mountain represent. Shout out to X2 and Goliath. Who else we got? Watching from Tampa. Did you go to the game? We got Dan Nance from Tampa representing. Hope you're at the Tropicana Field to see that big win. So, where do you see guys from? Here we got Fresno, California. We got Rick from Fresno. Shout out to the Bulldogs. We got my friend Kay Sully from Wallington, Pennsylvania. So we got East Coasters representing about almost 10:30 in the East Coast. Who else we got? We got Jason McClure from Elizabeth Lake, California. We got Paramount representing Pennsylvania. Dodgers Nation is everywhere, folks. And but let's get into this game a little bit. So the Dodgers, they go into Tampa Bay. They get the win, improving their record of 5-4 all-time against the Rays. They're now 32-17 overall. They extend their lead on the Diamondbacks to 6.5 games, who are playing right now. The Dodgers improved their overall record against the AL in interleague play to 29-12. That's second best all-time. And the Dodgers have won 8 of their last 10 and improved their record to 12-12 on the road this season. So Clayton Kershaw, who else we got? Let's go. We got Jacksonville, Florida right here. We got Brad from Jacksonville. We got Chris Lake Show Lou. Shout out to Chris Lake Show Lou. Big win for the Dodgers. So getting back into the game, Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers are now 7-0 when Clayton Kershaw takes the mound. And Clayton Kershaw early on, he was working that slider. He had great command, and he finished the game with 8 strikeouts, a walk. The Dodgers now on the season, 111 walks. That's all. The Dodgers pitching has been very stingy this year, and they're 111 walks, so best in baseball. And you got guys with big strikeout games. You got Kentis 12. You had Rich Hills 10. Clayton Kershaw looked really, really nice through 6 1/3 tonight. And Clayton Kershaw, it improves his personal interleague record tonight to 18-4. So that's second best in MLB history behind Justin Verlander, who's 34-7. So Kershaw's really feasted off the AL and interleague matchups. And a big milestone. So Kershaw passes Rube Waddle for 53rd all-time in strikeouts with 2,318 in his career. And he goes 6 1/3, 97 pitches, 65 for strikes, 8 punch-outs, 2 walks for Clayton Kershaw. And the story of the night really was the Dodgers. They're getting guys on. They brought 5 home, and you saw guys like Kike Hernandez who'd been struggling. Kike Hernandez, Corey Seager getting hits. Kike, he gets a single, he gets on base, and Max Muncy doing the little things. Stolen base, reached on an error. So from top to bottom, it's really, really a nice showing for the Dodgers tonight to get that win on an AL team that's one of the best teams in baseball right now. So who else we got? We got Jack from Boulder City, Nevada in the house. We got Miguel Solo. Julio is back. This is our year. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Jamie, Scott Alexander is trash. Jose Blue in Iowa. So Dodgers Nation all over the globe tonight. Represent hard for the boys in blue. But getting back to the game, Max Muncy, he got the Dodgers on the board. In the top, on that scoring error. Kershaw mowed down 5 of the first 7 batters he's faced. So that's very encouraging. We know Kershaw's velocity has dropped in the last 4 years, but he had guys looking. He had guys looking on that slider, and he's getting no swing strikeout. So Kershaw read Justin Turner. He had that sac fly. He made it 2-0 Dodgers. Austin Barnes had a really nice at-bat. You saw Austin Barnes. He goes right up the middle with the line drive, and he brings him home with a really, really nice piece of hitting. And then, of course, Kike, he chipped in with that much-needed RBI single to fourth. Seager singled to deep right center, and then Jock made it 6-0. With that single. So Jock got his first RBI off a single this year, and then he later hit that double. So the Dodgers were rolling, and we got Watts. We got my man Nas Drew from Watts. Shout out. We got Ray. Nothing's better than a Dodgers victory, and that's what I'm talking about. Jose, ball placement is 100% better. Definitely agree with that. You see the command, you see the location, and he's really starting to hit his spot. So, he had that shoulder inflammation, and Kershaw, he gets, he comes into it with a little bit of a slower start, but he's really started to show that command. It's really was the home runs that were really starting to pile up for Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw, he had, what was his home runs he was giving up? 1.6 home runs per 9 innings, and that's doubled to 2 per 9 innings. So the long ball is hurting him. 80% of the runs scored against Kershaw have been on that deep ball. So the deep home runs have been really hurting Kershaw this year. And today, no home runs and 6 1/3 for Kershaw. Let's go back. So Dodgers, number 1 from Apple Valley. Letworks, Dodgers rule the Rays, Drew, Fonzie Rodriguez, Doug Miller, San Clemente in the house. Shout out to Doug Miller from San Clemente. We got Sal Vargas from Sal Ruski in El Paso, Texas. Janae Juno Verdugo is the rookie of the year. You saw Verdugo. He's still hitting well above 300. And Alex Verdugo has just lived up to the hype and then some. So Alex Verdugo, he comes into this game and he's hitting 323, OPS of 903, and he's really doing it from all over the field. If you go to Dodgers Nation, there's a great piece about how the Dodgers outfield has improved defensively. And with A.J. Pollock out with that injury, Verdugo's coming. He's played a great outfield. You saw Bellinger. Everyone's really playing a great outfield, and it's really an upgrade. Puig gets a lot of hype, but really his outfield metrics have dipped throughout the years. So it was really a nice showing by Alex Verdugo. I definitely agree with that. Doogie for Rookie of the Year, no doubt about it. We got Flavio Duran from Lake Eisenhower, California. We got Doug Leonard from Toronto, Canada. The 6. You chose watching your Toronto Raptors. You watched the Dodgers over the Raptors. That's love right there, baby. We got David Cano. Do you think Alex Verdugo will win Rookie of the Year? I think if depending on how A.J. Pollock's injury is and when he returns, if he gets, if he's batting against lefties and righties and he gets that time at the plate, there's no reason why Alex Verdugo won't win Rookie of the Year, and there's no reason why he won't be an All-Star. So I see Alex Verdugo right now making an All-Star appearance. And, having a year similar to Corey Seager in 2016, where you get Rookie of the Year and the All-Star appearance. So, who else we got? Rick Honeycutt is bar none the best pitching coach in baseball. Dodgers are the most dominant, best and deepest starting staff in the majors. There's no doubt about that. The Dodgers starting staff this year has been absolutely phenomenal. Going into tonight, they're number 3 in all of baseball with the 3.38 ERA. And it's really the walks to strikeouts. The Dodgers, like I said earlier, they are stingy with with letting free passes, getting people on base. 111 walks this year, 420, after tonight, 431 strikeouts. And so that's how it's going down. So you go back to the game, everything tonight, the story really is the Dodgers going in there, putting runners in scoring position, and guys coming through with big hits. You had Justin Turner, who has really kind of late had his difficulties. Tonight, Justin Turner on the year, he's hitting, going in tonight, he's at, going into the year, we got Justin Turner at, 276, 375, and, an OPS that really needs to improve. But Justin Turner, after getting hit by the pitch 4 times last week, he comes in, he has a really, really nice day, getting a productive out, that situational shot where he gets the fly out. That's a really good move by Justin Turner. Very encouraging. We know that Red Turn 2, the Red Dream, is going to come through, and there's no doubt about that. But, the story is going to really be about, so Justin Turner, last 7 games, 2 hits, 1 home run, 3 RBIs, a 111 average in his last 7 games. So Justin Turner, it looks like that shin, getting hit by the ball with the shin is not going to be a factor. It looks like he's going to be a guy that's going to be ready to play, and he's really going to hit his stride. So the Dodgers, 32 wins, tops in the NL, tops in baseball right now. I didn't check the Astros score, and that's without Corey Seager. That's without Justin Turner really catching fire. So lots to be excited about for your Dodgers right now. But we got Lake Eisenhower back in. We got Lake Eisenhower in the house. Who else we got? Trade AJ for a true second baseman. That's interesting. AJ, they signed for that $55 million deal, and you think that depending on his health issues, he's had health issues, and what you see from Alex Verdugo, AJ Pollock being on the market so early in his 10 years as a Dodger, but getting a second baseman and getting someone that can hit at second base. But Kike's playing a great glove. Kike Hernandez, tonight he was really promising. He had that hit tonight. He had that walk late in the game, and if he can get it together at the plate, he started the season, it was really encouraging with Kike Hernandez. So he started the season, the last 7 games for Kike, it's been pretty rough. 107, he's batting 107, 3 hits, a walk and an RBI, but 12 strikeouts. So with Kike, it's about getting the bat on the ball, getting hits. He's got a bigger swing, but the way he plays defense and the way, he really just locks up that second base position. I think that Kike, we saw what he did against Chicago a couple years back in the NLCS. He can hit for power, and he can come through in the clutch. So I wouldn't sell Kike or trade away that second base spot just yet. We got Glenn Smith from Lake Forest, California. Shout out to Glenn Smith. Baez, they're saying right now it's a right knee contusion, and I'm not sure. I haven't seen whether or not they're ruling out. I assume it's going to be a couple of days. It looked a lot worse. He limped off the field. He wasn't carted off, but like I said, came off the bat 103 miles per hour, line drive right in the knee of Javi Baez, and right now they're saying it's a right knee contusion. We got Ray Barsman. Awesome show night. Shout out to Ray. What's up, Ray? Charles Hamill. We all love Turner, but he's 34 and slowing. I hope he has a few good years left in Turner. So Justin Turner is 34. He is aging, but he's still hitting. That swing is still sweet. He's got that beautiful swing, and I don't see any reason why Justin Turner can't have another really solid, productive years with the Dodgers. And he's really someone who we depend on to get clutch hits, to put the bat on the ball in key situations. So he is aging, but this is what this team's about. This is a World Series caliber team, and Justin Turner's leadership, his hitting ability, is definitely something that you don't want to think twice about. So Justin Turner, he's locking up that third for the next couple years, no doubt about it. Diego Toledo. Pedro Baez, he's had his ups and downs. Pedro Baez has a knack for, giving up giving up Kershaw's runs. But Pedro Baez has been lights out for the Dodgers in recent history. So Pedro Baez has proven to be a guy you can rely on, you can trust in key situations. I mean, just a couple weeks ago, people were talking about, should Baez be a closer? So Javier Baez, get well soon. Hopefully, you're a tough hombre, no doubt about it. It was a hard shot off the leg, but I think Javier Baez, early reports, it's a right knee contusion, and I don't see it really being something that's season-ending or something that's going to be on the DL for an extended period of time. But let's hope for the best. Send those good vibes out to Pedro Baez. So Ray asks, yes, they will sign Kimbrel. Will they trade for Mad Bum is the bigger question. So Madison Bumgarner, who, he's not having the best of years, but he just recently released that list of contenders that he wants to be traded to. The Dodgers, I can't ever see Madison Bumgarner going to the Dodgers. I see him landing in St. Louis. So I think that ultimately he'll stay in the NL. He'll get dealt to the St. Louis Pedro Baez. Sorry, Pedro Baez. Javi Baez. That's another dude on the Cubs. So Pedro Baez has he's really come in. He's been reliable. But Floro came in, and he was really been one of the best relievers for the Dodgers all year. So all year, Pedro Baez has, or Dylan Floro has really come in And this season, 18 games, 1-0. Dylan Floro, his ERA, .47, 15 strikeouts, 2 walks, and the opponents are batting 186. So the Dodgers have talent in that bullpen. And it is, if you're going to address something, it is you want to adjust the bullpen. There's no doubt about that. I recommend going to Dodgers Nation. Check out our boy Tim Rogers is doing a series where he's going division by division, talking about all the different trade scenarios in different parts of different divisions. So some guys you want to see, maybe Giles from Toronto, Doolittle's a guy you might want to take a flyer on. But Andrew Friedman has some tricks up his sleeve. You saw what he did last year with Floro. So he has his eyes on a couple guys, and you think that there's definitely a possibility they're going to want to bolster that bullpen. I think it's something they're definitely going to address. If Baez is the catalyst to make that happen, we'll see. But if you can't, the bullpen really has been the part of the Dodgers that has let them down the postseason. You can never have too many arms, and we're going to see who's available. I mean, I agree with Doug Miller. If it ain't broke, you don't fix it. The Dodgers, they're 32-17. They're winning by, they're averaging 5 runs a game. They're giving up like close to 2 runs a game. That's a winning formula. They're not walking guys. Defensively, the outfield is improved. You got Cody Bellinger. We have not even talked about Cody Bellinger, who leads the league in basically every single major category there is. And Cody Bellinger got on base again tonight. That makes 46 of 48 games Cody Bellinger has reached base safely. We're getting deeper and deeper in the season, and it's looking like, who knows, he could potentially make a run at that 400. Obviously, that's one of the most untouchable records in major professional sports. But Cody Bellinger, the way he's swinging, just look at what he did today when he went to left field. He's not trying to do too much, and the bat is just swing. It's staying through that swing path beautifully, and it's allowing him to get that contact. So shout out to RVS, Van Scoyoc doing work. Cody Bellinger has clearly benefited from some of that toolage. So the Dodgers, 76 home runs through 48 games. The most they ever hit through 50 games in franchise history is 80 back in 2000. So tomorrow, who knows, we could see some bombers. We could go deep and set the franchise record for most home runs in that short time span. But let's see what else we got. Cindy Lopez, Cody is my man. Cody is definitely the man. There's no doubting that. Cody Bellinger, a league-leading OPS of 1276, 791 slugging. He's doing just about everything, and he's a true 5-tool player. If you go back to Dodgers Nation today, check out the piece by Clint Evans where he talks about, one of the reasons why his average is so high is he has the ability to get those infield singles. He's one of the fastest out of the gates in all of Major League Baseball. So Cody Bellinger has been doing it from all over the field. I think he has 12 hits this year that came from him getting to first base and beating out that throw. So my boy Cody Bellinger's got wheels on top of everything. So the whole term 5-tool player is something that really gets thrown around all the time, but he truly does have it. He's the defensive play he made to try to save that no-hitter with Ryu, throwing out Strasburg. This guy's highlight reel this year just goes on for days, and he's, like I said, season ends right now. Ryu's winning the Cy Young, Verdugo's the Rookie of the Year, and Cody Bellinger is the MVP. It would be the first position player to win an MVP for the Dodgers since Kirk Gibson. He's a pretty clutch player I've heard about in the past, back in 1988, old Gibby. So that's true, Santiago. If Cody stays true, if he keeps this up, he'll definitely have a shot at that Triple Crown. Hasn't been done since Cabrera, and it really just shows that this is not a guy who's just, he had 39 home runs his rookie season, 25 his second season. People were, deeming it a sophomore slump, but Cody Bellinger is not just a slugger. This guy is a true hitter, and a Triple Crown would be historic. It would be great. And I'm not ruling anything out with Cody Bellinger. This guy is a superstar. I call him Cooperstown Cody. I mean, you see he's doing the BMW ads. He's the ultimate driving machine right now for the Dodgers. So Cody Bellinger, he's having really a phenomenal year. Great to see him get on base again. Great to see him homer again. He's only trailing Yelich by 2 home runs. He's second in the league right now with 17. He'll catch Yelich, who has 19. Alan Herman, Verdugo at leadoff. Somebody consider, but I like where they're using Verdugo. They're using Verdugo. He does have that knack for, there's a really good stat on Baseball Prospectus, how he keeps his, how he's getting contact and how he gets contact on hittable pitches. So he is someone who you could see in that spot, but I see him more as a slugger, someone who can really get those gappers, someone who can go deep. And one of the plays that stands out for me tonight was definitely Alex Verdugo's throw where he knocked him out, where he threw him out at third with that rocket arm. But Clayton Kershaw tonight, 6 in the third innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, 8 Ks. And the Dodgers, like I said, they extend their record to 6.5 games on Arizona, 32-17 in overall record. And the Dodgers, they had, it's funny, they had 17 runners in scoring position tonight, 5 hits of those 17. And the Dodgers are currently 17th in Major League Baseball in runners left in scoring position with 3.44 per game. So I don't know if that's fitting that they're at 17, but really that just accredits their ability to get on base, to find their pitch to hit, to not swing at strikes outside of the zone, to get on base. The Dodgers tonight, really were doing just a nice piece of hitting, and it wasn't even about slugging. David Freese had that double. But it wasn't about the home run tonight. Justin Turner had that great situational hit with that sac fly to deep center field. And this is where the maturity of this team comes from. It's not a team that's going to live by the long ball, die by the long ball. This is a team that can beat you in all kinds of different ways. And I think we're seeing a marked improvement from this Dodger offense thanks to guys like Alex Verdugo, superstar in the making, future Rookie of the Year, All-Star appearance. Cody Bellinger, guys like that. Muncy was doing a lot of great things today. Muncy came in to score after Kike's base hit. He reached on air. He stole second. So you love to see Cody Bellinger. You love to see Max Muncy really doing all kinds of different things for the Dodgers. So he's another guy who comes in this league, and he's not some guy who's just going to rest on that. So Jerry says, "Go Dodgers." Allen, why so much love over Freese? Freese of late, he's kind of been struggling a little bit, so it's nice to see him get off the schneid and get that double. And Bill Miller, the umpire Miller, he was not feeling that check swing tonight, was he? I mean, Freese, I think, some umpires you're going to get a check swing on that, but he was punched out, so Miller was not feeling that check swing. Who else we got? And you're right, Real FRG. The Dodgers defense, shout out to Real FRG. We got a celebrity signing. Our own Real FRG in the mix. The Dodgers defense has been another bright spot this year. The Dodgers defense continue to play a clean game and not have those big inning extending errors. You got guys like Kike Hernandez, who's really the star from the defensive standpoint, and you got guys who, true stars like Alex Verdugo, guys like Cody Bellinger, who are really doing it. Yeah. when it comes to the Dodgers, the team batting is nice, but getting back into the game, we're gonna break into some topics. Keep it going in the thoughts, though. Keep throwing your thoughts out there. I want to shout out each and every one of you guys as much as possible. Keep bringing it in the post-game show because this is a show about you guys. So we're gonna get to as many thoughts and questions as possible. We know you love your boys in blue out there, but all the things like the Rays, they got some hits. The Rays. The Rays are not a bad baseball team. The Rays are one of the surprise teams in all of baseball. They've had a rough go of it lately. Going into tonight, they were 5-5 in their last 10, and they got roughed up by the Yankees. But the Rays are a team that knows how, historically we know what they can do. They know how to get the most with their limited resources, and they got their fair share of hits tonight, but it was all in, they had different times where, but Baez comes in. That was a fluke incident. Baez comes in. Those runs probably don't score, and we're probably looking at a 7-0. The Dodgers probably shutting them out. So they had 3 runs on 5 straight hits. So they started to get hot there, but the Dodgers got it done. They face off tomorrow in the tomorrow's matchup. Rich Hill takes the mound for the Dodgers. And, interleague play is in full swing, and it was a great win. So the Dodgers win 7-3 tonight. Spectacular defense. Charles, the 2019 squad is so much better than last year. Well, last year we made it to the World Series, but we lost in 5 to the Red Sox. We looked outmatched. This year also feels like a special bunch. You can feel it, and there's just a freshness to it. Maybe it's Alex Verdugo. Maybe it's Cody Bellinger becoming a superstar. But there is something to this year's team that I agree with you. It does feel just slightly different. We know that Tommy Lasorda was 0-2 before he got his first World Series championship. Hopefully that's the case with Dave Roberts. So, another bright spot is Corey Seager. So Corey Seager tonight, I liked him at the plate. He got a nice hit. He was doing his thing out there. And, we've really, the attention on Corey Seager has been, when he's going to be that silver slugger. When is he going to do it at the plate? If you look at his range, if you look at his UZ and all that stuff, he's moving around fine, and he's really doing well from that standpoint. So that's promising to see there's no lingering issues with that hip surgery. But this is a guy coming off not only a hip, but Tommy John. And I didn't really expect him to come out on fire from a slugging standpoint, but he had another nice night. He had that grand slam that kind of got him going a couple weeks ago. But tonight, Seager, 2 hits. So 2 hits for Seager, RBI, and 1 strikeout. So, Seager, if you look in April, he was, that's a slow start. He was slashing 240, 336, 354. But this is a guy who has a career 296 average. And he's showing signs that he's going to get back. Incremental steps to being the Corey Seager that's an elite shortstop. There's a reason why we had Manny Machado, someone who just signed a 10-year, $300 million deal, someone who was billed as an elite, best-in-the-league shortstop, along with Lindor, Baez, some other guys, and all Dodger fans were saying, #not my shortstop. They're saying Corey Seager's our guy, and there's no doubt in my mind that Corey Seager's going to, get to where we need him to be to take this team to the next level. He slugged 354 in April, and then in May, he's close to 465. So he's not all the way back, but he is getting there. So watch out for Seager, and Seager is really taking those strides. So I like what I see from him. Alan says trade for Edwin Diaz. That's it. They're going to explore that trade market. There's no doubt about it. We don't know how long that he's going to be out as far as as far as just bolstering any part of this squad. And Baez, Kenley, he got it the save tonight. He got this 15th save of the season. But if you look at other save guys, Kenley, he's got to get that ERA down, and he's got to prove to us that he's done, he's been our closer, and he's going to go down as the best closer as far as most saves go in Dodger history. But we all know we want to see it from Kenley in October. But he's got that velocity up. It's back to 94, 95. It really just comes down to command with Kenley Jansen. He's got to stay low and then work his way up the zone. We know he gets in trouble when he keeps that ball high. And I think Kenley Jansen is still going to be that all-star closer. I'm not totally opposed to bringing in someone if the price is right, just to get as many arms as possible. But let's go back to you guys. All right, Ray says, Kemp is a free agent now. Wonder if the Dodgers would bring him back. That's almost like that almost feels... I don't see that happening. He leaves, he comes back, he leaves. Last year, he gets an invite. They think he's just a cap move, and they move Kemp, but he ends up getting that starting spot, and it was a really great comeback story. So he ended up having a really, really good first half, and then it kind of tailed off towards the end. I don't see them bringing Kemp back, but Wills came back after he went to Montreal back in the day. So he came back. Maury Wills came back after he went to Montreal. They brought him back to the Dodgers, so who knows? Oh, that's right. No save for Kenley, but he goes in there. He goes in there. Not a save opportunity. Shout out to Real FRG. But he does, he did have I like the way he came in there. The Rays did have some momentum. So even though the score was 7-3, the Rays did have a little momentum. But going into this year, the Rays, after the sixth inning, the Rays trailing have a really, really bad record. So if you can get the lead on the Rays and you can take it deep in the game, it's a good shot. And I really like what the Dodgers did tonight as far as their strategy. So I heard on the broadcast, the Rays are 2-12 when trailing after 6. So, even if it was a 1-run lead, it shouldn't have counted as a save opportunity, I guess. But anyways, the Dodgers, they brought out that velo machine. Did you guys see that today in batting practice? The Dodgers were out there and they were hitting straight gas from the machine because you bring out guys, Alvarado, 98.5 miles per hour. Castillo, 98.3 miles per hour. Stanek, 97 miles per hour. So they have 3 of the top 5 players in velocity in the entire league. So in all of Major League Baseball. But the Dodgers they came out today. It was a really, really mature performance by Clayton Kershaw, who just continues to grow. We all know that it's, baseball is a very mental game. And Kershaw is about as competitive as anyone that's ever laced him up in the big leagues. And Clayton Kershaw has shown us that he's not afraid to adjust. He's not afraid to really change. If you look at his velocity drop, 2015, his fastball, 94.2 miles per hour. The 2019, down to 90.6. So the thing about Kershaw, you got that, and then you have that breaking ball reliance. So back in 2015, he was throwing 46.1% breaking balls, and that's all the way up to 59.4. So whether or not he's going to still have success or whether or not it's going to lead to injury, I'm not so sure, but I love what I'm seeing about Kershaw. This is a team that has a true top to bottom pitching staff that's as good as anyone, as deep as anyone in Major League Baseball. You got the ace in Ryu, Walker. You have ace is just a title for this Dodger team. You have guys that can pitch like an ace on any given night, from Walker Buehler all the way to Kenta Maeda to Rich Hill, who's going to go tomorrow. Charles says bringing Kemp back would be a disaster. I think, the Kemps, the Dodgers have turned the page. They've turned the page with guys like Kemp, guys like Yasiel Puig, and that's what I said. Someone mentioned earlier that this feels like a different team. The 2019 Dodgers feel really different than a team that went back-to-back NL championships, two pennants, and went to 2 World Series, and I totally agree with that, and some of that is really this new freshness with the Verdugos, with guys like Cody Bellinger taking it to the next level, the return of Seager, and I agree with that 100%. DJ Jimenez, we need some relievers. It feels like all teams need some relievers, right? And if you're the Dodgers, that is a position, not a position of desperate leave. You sign a guy like Joe Kelly, who has had a rough go of it. We know that. That's been well documented. But he's a guy who was, him and Eovaldi were two of the best relievers in the postseason last year. Joe Kelly is a guy, if you look at his career, he's not someone who, saves his best stuff for May. He's a guy who brings it in October. So I think that, he's, that some great life on his fastball lately, too. You just look at the way it jumps out of his hand. Joe Kelly, that's the biggest deal he's ever signed. He's from our neck of the woods. You got to believe he felt a little pressure. And, look at Joe Kelly to be a weapon. So I do think they will try to bolster that bullpen, but it's not like the cupboard is bare for the Dodgers. They do have guys like Floro's been magnificent. Stripling is a guy who can go out there and give you some extended relief. But like I said, go check out Dodgers Nation. There's a great piece right now where they're taking a look at every division and who might be sellers. So we know we're 50 games into the season. If you're selling, you're probably, after that draft compensatory pick is gone, and you can really try to make a move. And this year's a little different. This year, you got to make that move early, and we're going to find out who is a buyer, who is a seller. But that's where I really like Friedman. He's a guy who, look, we do with Morrow. He's a guy who can find guys who can come in and contribute and can, be key pieces to a deep postseason run. This isn't a club that's going to go to the division series. This is a team that has their sights set on the very, very end. But look at, there's guys like Doolittle. You got guys like, Giles you want to see. He's averaging 14.15 strikeouts per night, which is pretty amazing. And then also, don't forget about Chargois. Chargois, it has his, he's injured right now, but he's a guy who could come back and provide some more depth for that Dodgers bullpen. Hyun-Jin Ryu is the ace of the league. My man, Hyun-Jin Ryu is definitely the ace of the league. There's no doubt about it. 31 consecutive scoreless innings, pitched another 7 scoreless the other night. He's just, we can go on and on about Hyun-Jin Ryu. 6-1, gave up no runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, and really 7 quality starts in 9. 7 of 9 really just super, super quality starts from him. And he's definitely the clear-cut number 1 pitcher, not of just the Dodgers, but in all Major League Baseball. So he leads all of baseball with a 1.52 ERA. That's ahead of Davies, ahead of Glass now. And he hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in any of his 9 starts. So my favorite thing about Hyun-Jin Ryu is he's my favorite guy to watch pitch because he's a guy, he can do it with an array of pitches. He's a guy that, he has 54 strikeouts compared to just 3 walks. He's got the command on the fastball, the changeup, the cutter, and he's tied for 5th in WAR for pitchers at 2.2. So, we can go on. And of course, look at his his base on balls per 9 innings, 0.6. What Hyun-Jin Ryu is doing right now is nothing short of phenomenal. This is a guy who went down with a serious shoulder injury. This is a guy who missed an entire season, only made a few appearances in 2016. Last year, he had the groin injury. So really, with Ryu, it's a matter, can he stay healthy? We need to make sure that Ryu stays healthy. That's why Dave Roberts, he was kind of testing him the other day with that. Dave Roberts, we saw what he did to Buehler. We saw what he did to Rich Hill, as far as giving guys the hook when they have a milestone accomplishment ahead of them. But yeah, Hyun-Jin Ryu, there's no doubt about it. This guy, pitchers to have 3 outings in a row of 8 innings pitched, no more than 1 run in forced base runners allowed in the dead ball era. Let's run down that list right quick. So pitchers to have 3 outings in a row of 8+ innings pitched, no more than 1 run in 4 base runners allowed in the dead ball era. You got Ryu this year, Kershaw in 2016, Kersh back in 2015, Cliff Lee in 2008, and a gentleman by the name of Sandy Koufax. So we all know that the Dodgers historically, the pitching tradition runs deep, and add Hyun-Jin Ryu to a guy who right now is on track to get that Cy Young award. And it's a great feeling to see Hyun-Jin Ryu do what he's doing. His opponents are batting 189 against him this year, and it's really he's attacking hitters. So like I said, he's box office. He runs a pitching clinic. He has 54 strikeouts, 3 walks, and I'm just loving what I'm seeing with Hyun-Jin Ryu. I think really the topic should be about maybe should they try to extend Hyun-Jin Ryu. And one of my favorite things is the Dodgers, when they signed Hyun-Jin Ryu, when they bought him from the Hanwha Eagles for $25,737,737.33. A lot of people are wondering about that number, and that's because those are lucky numbers, and really anywhere, but especially in Korea. So he's really killing it. We know he's a Scott Boras client, and he doesn't like doing in-season extensions, but Ryu has, made it clear he loves Los Angeles, and not only that, he loves pitching in Los Angeles. Hyun-Jin Ryu this year at the Ravine, he's 5-0 with a 1.22 ERA compared to 2.01 ERA outside the road. So still phenomenal, but at Dodger Stadium, almost a full run ahead. So if I'm Hyun-Jin Ryu, I'm looking, he's 32, something, maybe a three-year extension, something in the $47 to $54 million range. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But let's get back to me, guys. Alan, I'm with you, man. This rotation is stout. Like I said, we haven't seen the best of Seager, we haven't seen the best of Bellinger, and we haven't seen the best of Buehler. So Buehler, he had 3 unearned runs yesterday, and he was looking nice, but he has yet to really, really catch fire on a level that we know he's capable of. This guy has ace stuff, and there's no doubt about it. So this rotation is deep. I definitely agree with that. Santiago. Scott Alexander, he's a guy that he came in tonight in really a tough situation. He didn't really get. I wonder if he got his usual warm up, but Scott Alexander, he'll get it together. Wow, Santiago, your wife's got you a Turner jersey, hooking it up with the birthday. Is it a road or is it a home? That's clean, though. The Justin Turner jersey, that's a must-get. That's a clean jersey for sure. But where are you guys chiming in from? You guys still locked in here to this Dodgers, the hashtag DN post-game show. I've had a great time here interacting with you guys after this Dodgers victory, 7-3 over the Rays. Dodgers up 6.5 games on the Diamondbacks, improved their record 32-17. And really the story tonight, Kershaw was solid. Baez came in on a fluke play, 103 mile per hour line drive off the knee. And really, it's been reported it is a right knee contusion, and we're going to find out what the timetable of his return is in the next couple of days. Nah, Julio, I read your comments, my man. What's up, Julio? Oh, wow, Santiago, that's fresh, man. I'm going to give you my address, bro. Can you send that my way? No, but that's clean. The white, you can't beat the white, right? The Dodger white. They call it wedding cake white, the whitest white in all of pro sports. And I'm sure you're looking fresh, stunting in your Justin Turner jersey for sure. Our boy Jesse, checking in from Culver City, California. Good time. But yeah, guys, so great night for the Dodgers. Definitely before we head out tonight, I just want to say this is going to be twice a week. Next week, I'm going to just get as many people as I can in. I know I tried to get as many people tonight, but I'm going to be firing all cylinders, making sure that we get every single one of your thoughts on the Dodgers, because I'm the man of the fan, and my job really is to get the pulse of the fans. And Dodgers, we do have the best fans of all of Major League Baseball. I also wanted to let you guys know, definitely check out DodgersNation.com. The reason I'm doing this is because of that website because I've been reading that website for so long, and the best pieces for the Dodgers, breakdowns, analysis, Dodgers history. One of the great things about the Dodgers is we have that rich history. They dig into it at Dodgers Nation. And also, you want to cop one of these fresh tees. Our merch is just super fresh. I'll be rocking these all season long. But hope you guys have a great night. Another great win for Dodger baseball. You can cue that Randy Newman's I Love LA. Dodgers got it done. Get better, get well, Pedro Baez. And see you guys next time. Go Dodgers. I'm out.